started. They don't let Jewish students get an education. We're not going to let our ancestors' history repeat.
You gave the land of Israel to the Jewish people. The creator of heaven and earth gave the land of Israel to the Jewish people for an eternal inheritance. That's not Zionism, that's Judaism. This is Jewish identity that they're at war with.
Free Palestine! Watch out! Watch out!
Violence overnight at the University of California in Los Angeles, where pro-Israel demonstrators attacked a camp set up by pro-Palestinian students. They attempted to pull down barricades protecting the camp, and there were scuffles between the two sides. Police later moved in to separate the two groups and to stop the unrest. The university cancelled all classes on Wednesday because of the violence. And in New York City, police cleared an occupied building and arrested 300 pro-Palestinian protesters on the campus of Columbia University overnight, bringing a day-long standoff to a dramatic end. Fellow demonstrators have now taken their protest to outside New York police headquarters. Many criticised the way officers broke up what they said was a peaceful protest, saying police were rough with demonstrators. New York Mayor Eric Adams has defended the decision, saying the protests were escalated by outside figures not affiliated with the university.
There were individuals on the campus, should not have been there. There were people who are professionals, and we saw evidence of training. We saw a shift in tactics that were being used. And when you start using the intelligence that Intel was able to supply, we knew it was time to communicate directly with the school and say, you have more than a peaceful protest on your hand.
Let's join our correspondent, Benjamin Alvarez Gruber, who's in New York City near Columbia University. Welcome, Ben. So what's the latest on this day after this police raid?
There were a group of protesters earlier today in front of this entrance that's quite close to the hall that was occupied by the students, and where NYPD, New York police, entered with a lot of law enforcement officers late evening yesterday. Now the situation is calm. The big question now, of course, will be what will happen with the students. More than 100 students were arrested. There were at Columbia University and also another university here in New York, bringing the number of arrests to 282. The big question will be now if they will face expulsion, as the university has said, and what will continue to happen. We only got one email from the presidency of Columbia University today saying that there's no media access to campus. It has made it quite difficult also to do this coverage, and they also said that Hamilton Hall that you see right behind me is an active crime scene by NYPD, so we're still waiting for confirmation on that side.
And who was the New York Mayor Eric Adams talking about when he blamed external actors and professionals for the escalation on the Columbia campus?
That's a good question that many also students here are asking themselves, because NYPD has not released the information of how many of those who were arrested are part of the university community and how many are not part of the university community. And also what they said that had a chain during a press conference saying that it shows how professional these protesters are, but at the end it turned out that there was just a bike lock that was used and that was also promoted by a university that many students have here. So there is a lack of information there. Even the student journalists who have been covering this over the past couple of days as this has been unfolding have not been granted access. Only yesterday essential staff and those who are living inside of campus have been able to enter, and the only response that we got also to ask if we will get an official statement or if we will be able to talk to a spokesperson of the university was not today, so we will try